country, and I joined at 2008, and I have 13 years of experience now, and I represent the Republic of Sinharashtra for the World Constitution Conference. Over to the next person. Thank you.
Ram Prasad, you can take over.
So thank you. So my name is Ram Prasad, and I'm the Sports Minister of Maharashtra, and I'm apparently 26 years old, and I'm joined at 2012, and I'm having 9 years of experience as a Sports Minister, continued by my colleague.
Ajay Singh, Sibyadithan, you can go. Home Minister.
Okay, sir. My name is Ajay Singh. In this presentation, my name is Ajay Singh. My is Home Minister. Yeah, my age is 30. And in 2008 experience, my experience is 13 years. Depends the Republic of Sinharashtra
For the world.
Super Sibi, for the World Constitution Conference. Super. Okay. Let's go. Abhishek Kumar, sir, you can quickly introduce yourself before we move to the next slide.
Good evening, I'm Abhishek Kumar. I'm the Defense Minister of Maharashtra. I'm 32 years old, and I am an experienced officer, and I'll maintain the peace of the nation. Thank you.
Okay, let's quickly go refer to some of the facts about our country. Our country is named after our national animal, which is very holy in our country, which is, of course, the king of the lion. The king of the jungle, which is the lion. And Sinha is a Sanskrit term for lion. And we are a very religious country, a very spiritual country, you could say. And we are molded into the 1950 model. We follow our ancient and medieval practices. We believe that a country only doesn't require technology to be the best. There are a lot of other things upon which a country's development could be judged upon. And our great country has been home to legendary emperors and successful kings. And now Ashwathaman, in the character of Jagdish, explain about our cultures and traditions in these 2 points.
Thank you. So Tamil and Sanskrit too. You can see that Tamil and Sanskrit, two of the world's oldest languages. So and they are spoken in the purest form in our country, which you can see is very religious. We have a flair for the art and culture, for art and culture. We follow our culture and tradition with utmost care. So we never fail to follow our culture, and we always respect it. And since Sinharashtra administer islands like POP and Sundar Islands, we also have adequate port facilities which make up phenomenal exports and importers.
Yeah, so we administer islands like the Paradise of the Pacific, which and we also have another island called Sundar Islands. So we administer these islands. So since in 1950s, back in that model, trade is very important. So having these islands makes us good exporters and importers. Now, Ritan, in the character of Ram Prasad, will explain how we train our youth and involve them into politics. Ritan, are you there?
Ritan?
Okay, Sanjay, now you explain this now about our politicians, young politicians.
Sanjay.
Sinharashtra is the youngest and most qualified politicians across the world, and we live up with the popular sayings Youth will revolutionize the society.
And Sinharashtra is also home to skillful workers and employees. And we have various protected regions for birds and other creatures. So we have like internet wasn't that common in 1950s, but then in late like 70s and 80s it started becoming common. We do have certain internet facilities, but they are restricted to some regions because there are various protected regions for birds. Since we know birds are getting affected due to a lot of towers like cell phone towers and stuff, so we make sure to protect birds and other creatures, and we have good relationship with other countries. And quickly, we'll explain some of our historical traditions. So our Sinharashtrian civilization was one of the earliest known civilization, and agriculture was a major part of our society. And we had a clan of people called Sinhamitrans, which translates to friends of lions. And our clan, the dynasty to which they belonged, is known as Suryavansh, which translates to dynasty of the sun. And our ancient kingdom had a capital called an ancient city called Mahishmati, and several historic films have drawn inspirations from this particular city. And now Ashwathaman, in character of Jagdish, will explain about this particular concept when villages sunk into seas.
So, thank you. So Mahishmati was a capital of the ancient empire of Sinharashtra. And several historical films have drawn inspiration from this ancient city. So our land had a very big village, and those villages sunk due to a giant tsunami. Even half of the land sunk, and the survivors came together to establish a religion and a society, which is now. The survivors established in the cities and more villages. Our ancestors established huts and medical
Once again,
centers.
Jagdish, let's see if Ritan is here. Ram Prasad, you mentioned this point. Do you want to say something?
Friends are able to hear me.
Yes, Ram Prasad, go ahead.
So
Explain.
sorry for the network issue, friends. I was seeing the network and
Okay, bro.
so
Yeah, we are understanding that this point was drafted and coined by you, so it would be appropriate if you explain. Explain.
so in our olden times, there were our ancestors who built some huts by their own. So if we destroy it, it will be bad for our ancestors. We haven't destroyed those precious things which they made in the past. So we have kept the place as a sacred and a holy place, so that every single future citizen can come and get more knowledge about that place. So we haven't destroyed that place.
Okay. Sibi Adityan, explain this point which you mentioned. How our country is very famous. So our country is one of the most secular countries in the world, which means people of all religions reside here, and they have been doing that right from like millions of years. People from various religions have been living here. So along with India, we are a very secular country and one of the most secular countries in the world, as you could see. And let's discuss some important laws and policies. The police and the military are always very gentle towards citizens. So they always approach the government for various orders, be it shooting orders or things. This was actually said by our teammate Sibi Adityan. But Sibi, can you speak now? Will be appropriate if you explain this point. Okay, anyway, our country also has banned and is free from illegal drug trafficking. Ram Prasad, quickly explain this point.
Ram,
So thank you, friends. So in most of the countries, there is illegal drug, how to say, illegal drug placement. So we are not allowing any sort of legal or illegal drugs involved into our countries, and there is one place that is drugs allowed, that is in hospital, just for our important uses and sudden uses. So drugs are not allowed in our country except the hospitals, only for the important problems. Continued by the colleague.
Yeah, our country has abolished caste system completely. We don't have any sort of caste system, even in like official forms where you're supposed to fill in your caste. We don't have any stuff like that. Everyone is equal, and there's no particular caste system in our country. And our country also takes up the expenses of every child's education, and self-defense is encouraged to be practiced by every citizen. So Jagdish, can you throw some light on this point very quickly?
So thank you. Thank you. So as you can see here, we will not. Our country will not fail in providing a child's providing education towards a child, and it's actually a law that it's compulsory for a child, even if they are if they even if they are poor. The our government will try to help them as much as possible to make them educated, so that in future they can even become rich due to their education.
Yeah, now, Anna, Sanjay, I explain the teachers, soldiers up to this point now. What are the highly paid jobs in our country?
So we pay teachers, soldiers, and policemen very high, so that they'll do their job very responsibly. And cops always defends the poor and needy people. We always support poor people to survive in our nation, and government always helps and invest for poor people.
Thank you, now. So
So
utilization of imported properties. So we are just simulating one thing here. We are not simulating the properties. We are not changing the properties, but we are considering that the properties are imports, because in 70s and 80s, a lot of trade used to take place. So we have imported these properties from some countries like India, and we are going to use these imported properties in a good way. So the first point will be explained quickly by Jagdish. Jagdish, very quickly. We don't have time.
sir, as sir said, 600 loads of minerals and fruit are are imported from India, and these food will be distributed among the people by the poverty line and below them. And the minerals are given to new industries and construction sites for further development. We also use coal and for developing our 1970 modeling thermoelectric power plants. So this will be very useful in evolving our country. Over to the next person.
Okay, 800 loads of construction essentials again from India. India is a very good friend of our country, and we export a lot of items from them. And we provide these 800 loads of essential like construction amenities to various orphanages and old age homes. Like if any organization wants to construct orphanages, if they want to construct government hospitals or old age homes, we provide it to them, because certain non-profit organizations don't have the required money to afford the construction essentials. So in order to facilitate them, and we get all these things and we give it to them so that they could construct and contribute to the society. And how are we going to use the processed water will be explained by Sanjay now. That is Abhishek Kumar. Sanjay, explain about the water thing now.
600 loads of water has been produced by us. We provide the water supply to various portable uh, public tanks, so that in while scarcity or in deficiency zones, they could be used. Those waters could be used.
Thank you, now. And now 500 loads of books. Mr. Ramprasad, kindly explain how are we going to utilize 500 loads of books.
So for we are giving the books for the children who are not able to get the books, and because of some money problems, and we are we are giving away some book shelters who can't. I mean, I'm sorry for the last line. So we are giving away books with the good qualities and good amount of books. Continued by next, my friend.
Okay, and we are going to use 900 loads of saplings for various awareness policies, and we'll give it away to citizens so that they could plant trees. And we'll host Van Mahotsav festivals, which are quite common here. And we also term this policy as Vana Prarambh Yojana, which translates to the start or the commencement of planting trees. Now we also use weapons for providing it providing them for budding soldiers so that they could use them in army training. And the cloth will be distributed among orphanages and places where poverty is on a high. And wires and cables will be kept as a reserve for dealing with crisis situations, because we know when there is a sort of pandemic or when there's a sort of earthquake or natural disasters which come up, wires and cables are affected, people are not able to establish the proper connection. So these wires and cables are which we have in excess, we'll reserve it for dealing with crisis situations. And now the 5 challenge plan, the 5 challenges which we were provided with. First, how are we going to be recession proof? Safe tax transactions. Jagdish, explain all these points in a precise manner so that we could finish that quickly.
So recession proof, a safe tax transaction, which means that will make taxes easy to be collected by easy, and it will be very needy to help in decreasing the recession, and it will be very safe so that no hackers can use it, can hack it, and proper
Boys,
economical.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
it has gone past 20 minutes already.
Yes, sir. We'll quickly conclude it, sir.
No. You got to tell me specific time. How
Yes,
much extra time you need?
sir. 5 minutes more, sir.
Okay, 5 minutes more. And so far, the presentation was so good. I really appreciate it. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And please
Great.
understand
Yes,
that
sir.
one team player has never spoke. So,
Yes, sir.
Jakarta.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Good.
So, Sibi
Okay,
Adityan, can you speak? Are you there, Sibi?
Sibi.
Okay, Jagdish, I don't think he's there. Quickly just read out the points in a very crisp manner. We have a lot of things. Okay, Sibi, நான் சொல்லும்போது பேசு, okay வா?
Okay, now.
Ready? Okay.
So
Ashwathaman,
proper,
quickly explain
okay.
this.
So
Quickly, very
proper
quickly.
economical policies, and we have improving trade relationship with other religions, and we will also develop indigenous products and making ourselves self-reliant, and emergency funds to be kept aside every year, so you will never miss it, and constant check on our annual GDP, and maximum 100 SR dollars for essential bills.
Yeah,
So
so
continue.
SR dollars is our currency and GDP, as you know, gross domestic product. We keep on constantly checking our economic progress every day so that we don't face an economic recession. Now, how we'll stay safe from natural calamity? We have emergency shelters which work 24/7. We use lightweight materials for infrastructure, just like the Japanese do. We have artificial structures to lessen the intensity of various floods or earthquakes and stuff. We have a special planning committee to always deal with every sort of natural calamity. We isolate all the earthquake prone regions, make sure that people don't live there. And we have easy evacuation processes, awareness programs, and underground constructions in every household. And we have terrorism proof plans too, where we do heavy patrols in air, land, and water, daily patrols in every district, and heavy security arrangements, proper espionage system. And this is our external intelligence agency, which is SREIA. And we use this in order to know about some external information. And we develop a strong army, and interested citizens can undertake self-defense training. And we have pandemic proof plans too, like proper health systems, sanitization every week, hygienic arrangements, using old traditional medicines, and all the departments report directly to our prime minister. And the encroachment proof plan is very similar as well. Proper security at borders, SREIA, again we use this, and proper espionage system to get external intelligence. Sleep awake patrols, which is a very common policy nowadays. 24/7 patrol checks, and we have proper IDs for every soldier. And this is our national flag. As you can see, the lion here, and we have these are.
That actions.
Yes, sir.
The actions that I have passed the time. No problem. I can resume it. Why have you taken reference of Sri Lankan flag? No, I believe that you might have seen the chat.
Yes, sir.
Chat. Did you see the chat?
No, sir.
Go and see the chat. Yeah, that one. Sri Lankan flag has similar logo of yours, lion carrying sword and your lion carrying a key. So it reminds me of Sri Lanka. Why?
But we didn't take it from the Sri Lankan flag. So we just searched for lion logo, sir, and this was the best one, sir. So that's
Cherry. Okay. Testimonials. Understandably, I think you are bringing testimonials about the country. அதில் பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் ரெண்டாவது வராரு, முன்னாடி ஃபாரின்ல இருந்து எவனோ ஒருத்தன் பல்ல கடிப்புங்க.
Sir, no, sir. Sir, that's what, sir. We are coming to that. Like it's other people have given quotes about our country, sir. Like spoken about our country, sir. We'll explain it in detail, sir.
Sorry, okay. So you have only 2 minutes left.
Yes, sir.
எதை சொல்றேன்?
Sir, shall we start, sir?
Right, okay, start.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Various people have been inspired by our country. We, this country is basically for Indian people, and we Indians have inspired even owners of football clubs who have taken inspiration from our particular country. And even our dear friend Narendra Modi ji has spoken about our country. He has given quotes like, Sinharashtra have accomplished what no other country could ever imagined. They have conquered the world by still following practices of 1950. They have proved to the world that the world could be won over even without lavish technology. So great people have spoken. Even Elon Musk has been inspired by our country. So we Indians have done the job of inspiring a lot of other people. And now let's cover up some major cities and tourist hotspots to our country. And we have a tourism department called SRTD, and courtesy to these images should go to them. So this is the Sinha Nagar, our capital, and this particular place is known as the Sea Line Stretch, and it's a 1980s model city. And Pearl City, which is in the paradise of the Pacific, which is our island. This is its city center, and it's a 1950s model thing. We have a Rajaram Beach. This beach is called Rajaram Beach, and this is Kashyapa Museum, one of the most ancient museums in the world. We have taken some of the most ancient things from and Kashyapa is the name of a great sage, so we have taken things from him. And Rana Bhavan, this is our parliament building. You could see a flag here. And this is in our, capital. And this is called the Bay of Bola Ganesh. It's a natural tourism spot. And this is our stadium. We have a football stadium in our country, and this is also a tourist hotspot because it's built in the 1960 model. It's called the Ayush Arena, named after Ayush, who's a former famous football player, and he's no more now. So in memory of him, we have named this stadium. And Bahadur Bay in Sundar Islands is also a great place. And Manohar National Park. It's yes, sir. Thank you, sir. That's it, sir.
Well done. Great job.
Thank you, sir.
Very well done, team Ashwatthama.
Very well done, team.
Thank you, Ka.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ka.
Very well done, team.
Thank you, Ka. Very well done, team.
Very well done, team.
Thank you, Ra. Thank you, Na.
Thank you, Guru.
Thank you, friends.
எதையுமே பேசாம thank you friends மட்டும் சொல்லுங்க. Brinda?
Sir?
When was the last time you updated your Skype in your phone? உன் phoneல Skype இருக்கு. அதை நீ எப்போ அப்டேட் பண்ண?
Sir, actually it was problem on my phone, sir. I updated for long time, sir. Only 17 MB Skype was updating, sir. Not 35 MB, sir. I updated and seen my mom's phone, sir, my company phone, sir, every time phone, sir. They are all having Android, everything, sir. But in my phone where I use for online classes, not updating, sir.
In your phone, why not updating?
Sir, I don't know, sir. I asked my mom, sir. My mom also checked, sir. But if I deleted, sir, I updated also, sir, and I deleted and I reinstalled also, sir.
Raising handங்கிற பேசிக் ஃபீச்சர் கூட இல்லாத ஒரு ஸ்கைப் மாடலை உன் ஃபோனில் வச்சிருக்கேன். இங்கே நான் ஒரு ஃபீச்சர் ஒன்று நான் இங்கே கிளிக் பண்ணால் பிருந்தானால நீங்கள் என்ன சொல்கிறீங்கிறத பார்க்க முடியாதுன்னு வருது. விச் மீன்ஸ் யுவர் ஸ்கைப் இஸ் வெரி வெரி அண்டர் ரேட்டட் அண்ட் அவுடேட்டட். ஸோ ஃபோனில் ஸ்டோரேஜ் கம்மியாக இருந்தால் அந்த ஸ்டோரேஜ் கம்மியாக இருக்கும்போது அப்டேட் ஆகாது. ஸோ நீ என்ன பண்ணு, நேராக போய் கிளியர் டேட்டா எல்லாம் கொடுத்து ஒவ்வொரு ஆப்லையா கிளியர் டேட்டா கொடுத்து ஸ்கைப் அப்டேட்டடாக வை. எல்லாரும் ரைஸ் ஹேண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கும்போது நீ மெசேஜ் பண்ணுற, தட்ஸ் பிகாஸ் யுவர் ஸ்கைப் இஸ் அவுடேட்டட். ஸோ ட்ரை பண்ணி பாரு, இல்லை வேற யாருக்காவது ஃபோனை கொடுத்துட்டு அப்டேட்டடாக இருக்கிற ஃபோனை வாங்கி அதில் நீ அட்டன் பண்ணு. ஏன்னா நாளைக்கு ஐ மைட் பி ஸ்விட்சிங் டு கூகுள், யூனோ அது என்னது, கூகுள் மீட். அந்த கூகுள் மீட்டுக்குள்ளே போனோம் அப்படின்னா, கூகுள் மீட் ஐ ரீசென்ட்லி அட்ரஸ்ட் a college staff program. I was a guest and I was making a presentation. ஆமாம், அது ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ டுமாரோ we might go to Google Meet. அங்கேயும் வந்துட்டு நீ வந்து கூகுள் மீட்ல வந்துட்டு உலகத்துக்கே அப்டேட் ஆகுது. ஆனா என் பேர் உதயஸ்ரீ இருந்தாங்கனால என் ஃபோன் நம்பர் அப்டேட் ஆக மாட்டேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க. Try doing something.
Sir, no sir. Only Skype is like that, sir. I was attending Zoom in my Zoom class, sir. It was updated, sir.
ரெண்டு பேரும் புலேன்னு விட்டுன்னு வச்சுங்க, திரும்பிடும் மூஞ்சி. ஓகே சரி, தெரியாம சொல்லிட்டோமா? ஜாலி. சித்தார்த்
சார் ஒரு 30 செகண்ட் போட்டு கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா சிபிஐ பேச வச்சிடலாம் சார். ஒரு கன்க்ளூஷன் கொடுத்துருங்க ப்ளீஸ் சார்.
அவன் 30 செகண்ட்ஸ்ல வந்துட்டு நரேந்திர மோடி ஸ்பீச்சே கொடுத்தாலும் உங்க டீமுக்கு மார்க் கிடையாது. அதனால மார்க் போனது தான். புரியா? நீ என்ன ட்ரை பண்ணினாலும் கிடைக்காது. பாப்போம். என்னடா சும்மா கை தூக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறது, என்ன வேணும்?
Sir, I want to apologize to my team and you, sir, because of some network issues, sir, I wasn't able to speak correctly, sir, and because of that same network issue, sir, in the team tech also same problem, sir. I wasn't able to give some points, sir. So I just want to apologize, sir.
அப்படியா? பரவாயில்லடா. இல்ல இதெல்லாம் இது சகஜம் தான்டா. இந்த மாதிரி நெட்வொர்க் ப்ராப்ளம் அப்படிங்கறதெல்லாம் சகஜம். See, ஆன்லைன்ல இப்படி எல்லாம் இல்லைன்னா எப்படி? பட் அதுக்கெல்லாம் வந்துட்டு மைனஸ் எல்லாம் கொடுக்கூடாது. அப்படி எல்லாம் நான் பேச நினைச்சேன். ரெண்டு பேருக்கு
மைனஸ் ஜஸ்ட் அப்பாலஜி சார்.
நீ அப்பாலஜி கொடுக்குறியோ இல்ல வாழைக்காய் பஜ்ஜி கொடுக்குறியோ, உனக்கு கிடைச்சிருச்சு, அவ்வளவுதான். பாருடா, நான் வந்து ஓகே பரவாயில்ல, அச்சிச்சோ அப்படியாமா, சரிம்மா பரவாயில்லம்மா, ஐயோ அப்படியா, டாடா இதெல்லாம் என்கிட்ட எதிர்பார்க்காதீங்க. தப்பு அப்படின்னா மைனஸ் கொடுத்துட்டு போயிட்டே இருப்பேன். அது யாரா இருந்தாலும் சரி, இதுவா இருந்தாலும் சரி. சரியா? கரெக்டா நீங்க தான் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணியிருந்துருக்கணும். உங்களுடைய நெட்வொர்க்கை நீங்க தான் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கணும். சஞ்சய் பாண்டிச்சேரியில் இருக்கான், அவன் பேசினான் இன்னைக்கு நெட்வொர்க் இஷ்யூ மீறி. நீ இங்க உட்காந்துருக்கிற, இவன் ஊத்துக்குள்ளில் உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்கான். உங்களுக்கு நெட்வொர்க் இஷ்யூ ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. கொடுத்ததுதான். இவன் ஒருத்தன் அவனும் இங்கதான் உட்காந்துருக்கான், அவங்க லீடர். மைக்கை தூக்கி வாய்க்குள்ள வச்சுக்கிட்டு அது ஐஸ்கிரீம் மாதிரி சூப்பிட்டே பேசிட்டு இருக்கான். அவன் வார்த்தையை விட அவன் மைக்கை வச்சுக்கிட்டு வாய்க்குள்ள வச்சுட்டு ஜாடம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறது காதுல கேட்குது. நானாவது பரவாயில்ல ஸ்பீக்கர் போட்டிருக்கேன். இந்த இயர்போன் போட்டிருக்கவங்க நிலைமையெல்லாம் யோசி. ஒரே ஒருத்த மட்டும்தான் ஒழுங்கா பண்றான் உங்க டீம்ல, அது தக்ஷன் சித்தார்த்து சஞ்சய். இவன் ரெண்டு பேர் தான் நீங்க நல்லா பண்ணணும். முதல்ல இதெல்லாம் இந்த டெக்னிக்கல் இஷ்யூஸ் எல்லாம் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணுங்க. 26 நிமிஷம் எடுத்திருக்கீங்க. அந்த 26 நிமிஷம் 10 செகண்ட்ல 2 பிளேயர்ஸ் பேசியிருக்காங்க. வரும். I don't want to waste time of Team Vishnupriya. Let's get on with it. Are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Come here.
Yes, sir.
Team Vishnupriya, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, good. Okay, fine. So the timer is reset. Come on.
So, sir, Mitra is going to share her screen now, sir.
Yeah, I know. Turn off the video. I'm turning the video off and I'm turning the video off and are you ready? Can you start the timer?
Yes,
sir.
Please understand, you don't have the window of 26 minutes. You have the window of 20 minutes and 5. I mean, what was in the first?
Sir, 15 minutes. 15 plus 5, sir.
Maybe 2 minutes can be extended. 22 minutes very good timer. Okay?
Okay, sir.
All right, ready? 3, 2.
Okay, sir. So, good evening, one and all present here. Now, our team is going to make a skit-based presentation. So, our country's name is VidyaJaji. So, now Mitra is going to explain about the idea of hers. Over to Mitra.
So, friends, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Mitra.
Okay. Good evening, one and all present here. I am Mitra and I am a reporter working in Times of India, and I am present in 2021. So, in a report, I was going through all the reports, the olden reports that I had, and I was making a research. When I got striked about a report, it was really interesting. And that was a report about a country that got established in 1920. And that country's name was VidyaJaji, and its features, its uniqueness, its mottos really, it really got me really how to know. I am not able to express those in words. It's really amazing. So I wanted to know about that, and now I'm getting back to 1919, and that's when this country got established. So now in sequence number 2, we are going to get to that get to 1990, where it was the establishment of VidyaJaji country, and we are going to get to know about the history, the establishment, the motto, the features and the uniqueness of the country, and we are going to make this whole world know about all these unique features. So now I would like to call upon our leader to go on with the next narration.
So the next sequence, what is going to happen is the change of thrones. That is the introduction of all the ministers would be all the ministers would be introduced in the next sequence. And now I will be introducing all the ministers. 3, 2, 1, go. So Kalpita is going to play the Minister of Welfare and Administration, and Miradabashini is going to play the role of Agricultural Minister, and Brinda is going to play the role of Finance Minister, and Guru is going to play the role of Sports and Entertainment Minister, and Mitra is going to play the Education Minister, and I am going to play the Health Minister role. So each of them would be doing their would be saying about their ministry. Over to Brinda.
So, good evening, everyone. Our country VidyaJaji finance minister is me, so I will take care of the income and everything. So I'm going to explain some features of our country. I'm going to explain some features of our country. The first thing in our country is less populated. So less populated with no pollution. Like we will use like ancient bicycles to travel one place to another place. And also, if some people wanted to meet their relatives in special occasion, or they wanted to go to their relatives place or some place for tourism, they can use train and so on. So and also each person can in our country every person are equal, so each person can take their own rights, and they can perform each, and there is no caste difference. Each even low class people, they are willing to study in school, they can come and study in the school. So as sir gave us miscellaneous product 3 points, that is dairy products, ancient model bicycle, and constant wheat. So these are all the major highlights of our country. We kept this as a major highlight of our country. In our country there are many districts. In each district we have farming, so that we can prepare lot of dairy products, and we can prepare lot of dairy products and supply it to the many peoples. And also we got lot of income in producing dairy products. And wheat and crop are the major crops we are growing in agricultural field, which is explained by the Mridubashini, the agricultural minister. And I want to share one thing to you. This our country is very good in both military and police force, where military is very important to our country, and also police is also important to our country. So the one speciality is we are using bamboo sticks and peak wood, rose wood, etc. We actually use it, and by using it we actually prepare some art. So and we will keep that art, like each and every, like the person who are related to that particular field will always make some art, and by that actually that art shows us a very good story, and story which is related to our life, and we can relate it to the life. So that is kept in a place like a museum, and most of the people from other countries and other continents are visiting our country like tourism. We will earn more. Our is also balanced by using it. So our country is one side of our country is covered by water, that is ocean, and we have good facilities for all children, that we will give importance to the children and we will make them to learn. So like this, the childrens are tomorrow, the today's students are tomorrow's leaders, so we will make everyone to do. And also the importing and exporting goods are all checked once, because sometimes that may be a misunderstand or misplaced, and due to that thing we will check once or twice and continued by next person.
A warm greetings to all. Before I continue about saying myself, I would like to say why we have named this as VidyaJaji country. It was derived from a Sanskrit word which means Vidya means knowledge and Jaji means a warrior. Vidya means knowledge. We all believe in knowledge, and the most important thing and the most mesmerizing thing about our country is people here are brave. They are ready to do anything, and they are ready to sacrifice for the country. So we have named it as Jaji, which has come from warrior. Now I would like to introduce myself. I am Kartika, and I have been appointed as Minister of People's Welfare and Administration. And this is going to be the first time I'm going to experience in an administration. I have created a lot of policies in which I will be introducing five main policies, and my one of my aims is to have a very good satisfaction to get receive satisfaction from people that I have contributed very well and that I have made some changes in their life. Unlike the other ministers, I would also like to make everybody here happy, and I strongly believe in freedom and equal rights for each and every person here. So the first policy that I would like to introduce here as an administrator and as a people welfare minister is that I would like to impose regular meetings, like in once in a month we would have a meeting where all the peoples of different areas come together in a particular place, and they are free to say all their problems, and these particular solutions will be given on the day, and we'll have 2 more days extension if we need some time, and if we assure that will put some hard work together and make the people come out of their problem. The second policy I have brought up is check on employment opportunities. If you take in country, economic growth is due to the employment and the small scale business, and everything put together is actually the economy of a country. So I would like to have a particular check on employments and unemployments. I would like to make a chart and see how many people are really having a job satisfaction, which will make the people more encouraged, and they'll come together and come with happy face for the job. Most of the jobs here are depending on farmers and farming. The third policy I would like to introduce here is we would like to impose a small law called satisfactory meter and feedback check. It is going to be done 2 months, 2 months once. That it is going to be about how people really feel about our country and what changes they are expecting. The next one is we will make sure that the tax is affordable for everyone here. People are, though our economy is due to the tax paid by the people, we are also have to make sure that people here are happy and they are happy for what they pay. So these are the small policies that I would like to say here. And one more special thing about our one more special thing about our country is that people here are really satisfied, and we have less number of people, as the before minister said, and people here are really happy, and generations by people are living here. People from old generation to the persons who are right now 1 or 2 years are living here. Over to the next person.
So I am Avantika, and I am the Agriculture Minister of this country. So I'll give some policies for the main motto of our country to improve the agriculture. So if many poor are there, we'll give some works to them, and if we give some work, they will be motivated, and they'll uh, they'll be earning some money from it. So through that, they can also earn money, and they can also save, and they can use it for their selves. And if they have worked hard, and our government will give the award for them for their hardworking tendency. So next policy is to have plant more trees, which will help our nature to improve. If we plant more trees, we'll get rain for agriculture. We'll get through rain, we'll get water resources as we need. So our main aim is to plant more trees. So then next is of less amount of deforestation. If we are having some need of wood, so we need to cut down trees. So it is in a limited form, and we have some policies for that. So next of construction of small ponds, which is used for for the agriculture, that is watering purpose of for the plants that are planted, and the other set of ponds are used for drinking purpose and domestic purpose, and giving some counseling to the children who are studying in the schools about the country and about their motherland. So it will improve their patriotism towards the country, which will not allow them to go in a wrong way. So people should have people should be in a perfect in their basic things, and they should have a proper healthy diet and a balanced diet. So this will not allow the people, this will improve their nutrition, and this will not allow the people to get infected by diseases. So next one is to improve the education by giving some fun-based activities like Manikanda sir is giving for us. So he is also appointed for the schools, that some schools, and he is going to give some fun-based activities and presentations about the motivation. So this will improve the students to improve in their skills, which improves their skills. And the last and final policy is to give some physical activities and gaming systems and culturals. So through this, we are including the olden days, old old activities like Oilatam, Maila, Kuchipudi, uh, like that, etc., etc. We are including that, which will make the students and youngsters and the people are living in a country more attractive and creative. So this will improve the creative thinking and the interest towards the country. Thank you. Continued by next person.
So I am Litika, and I'm here to Mitra, do you want to say something?
Yeah.
Sir,
So far, the presentation is going on the right track, and I'm really happy about it. And Miradabashini, involving those ancient and classical way of the entertainment and education policy that you mentioned was really good. And thank you so much for complimenting me. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Super Mriduka.
Thank you, Priya.
Very well done, Akka.
Sir, may I continue, sir?
Yes, Vishnupriya, you can take over.
Okay, sir. So I am Litika, and I am the health minister of VidyaJaji country, and the main thing that our country has is we don't believe in English medicines, but still but we only believe on Ayurvedic medicines, and there are at least there would be three Ayurvedic doctors uh, in each place, so that they would be very safe and secure in our country. And this is also for the biowar proof and pandemic proof thing. The Ayurveda doctors have a special significance that they can predict what is going to happen in the overcoming years. So they predicted that there will be lots of diseases and viruses that would be fast approaching, and they have found the solution, and they have found the medicine for the viruses and diseases. And if so, if so the viruses and diseases start spreading, then these medicines would be distributed to every person in our country, and after this having this medicine, that disease can't be affected. uh, and then we should have lots of reservoirs. That is because if we have lots of reservoirs, there is a very less chance of having natural calamities like floods, and there won't be any uh, houses near the seashore, so that even if natural calamity like tsunami occurs, they would be safe because no one would be there. And we have many trained soldiers to protect our country in the borders, so that no terrorists, and only they would be checked thoroughly while they enter our country. So it is a terrorism proved country. And we have a big ocean in the southern part of the country, and we also have a sea in the western part of the country. And we have import and uh, export facilities in our country. And we also have a small piece of land for cutting down all the trees, that it's a separate 50-acre land for deforestation, that can be used for all building the houses, and for all the purposes that we need, that wood is required. And each year the students who are studying in our country would go and plant saplings, so that the trees are being grown every year, and we can also use it. But there is the permission is not given to cut any other trees other than that place. Continued by the next person.
My name is Adityanath. I'm the sports minister of the country. To improve our countries, there are some policies. A family should have at least a farmer, because our land is very good for agriculture. If one person is a farmer, is going to get involved in farming, the quality of the quality of which they they are going to use will be reduced, and so the wide varieties of diseases will also be reduced. Giving patriotic song to people, which uh, which means we should indicate patriotism from childhood, so that people will not be violated. We can use typewriting for improvement of people. During the primary classes, the children should have the chance to select their own choices of the subject, like variety of languages, learning musical instrument, cookery, etc. In order to overcome bio-war, we have to cultivate millets, which our grandparents used to consume, which means that the should children should uh, the children should be very very healthy during the bio-war, using millets which our grandparents use now. So, I will insist scientific and coaching support to sportsmen. Participation of men, and women of participation of men and women from rural areas will be given importance. Thank you.
Good evening, one and all present here. I am Priya Shergill, and I'm the Educational Minister. before I get into the policies, so I'm going to first tell you all about the motto, the history of our country. So, so to be an excellent administrator, we will have to get to know about all of these. So first, getting into the history of our country. Our country got into existence and it was established in the year 1919. So you might all be aware about the World War I, which happened between 1914 and 1918. One section of World War happened in our country. Before that, none of the people in the world came to know about its existence. And as one section of the war happened in our country, many people got to know about our country, and many people started approaching our country and living in it, and the standard of living in it is really good. So next, let us get into the motto of our country. Yes. So, a protective and an efficient country. So we assure that we are going to protect our people all over forever. So because now we are in 1920 and we have a very strong defense mechanism and a very good administrative purpose. So we assure that we are going to protect our people. And a brave country. You might be knowing from the name of our country, VidyaJaji. Jaji means warrior and bravery. So that's why we have named it so. And our citizens of our country are really brave and courageous. Unlimited education for the people of the country. As we are having around 600 loads of books and notebooks from various disciplines, we are going to give unlimited education to people, because education is the backbone of our country. Many of you might be knowing, and that's why we are giving them unlimited education for the people of the country. Usage of abundant resources. We are having many number of woods, rosewood, teak wood, and also we are having many food types, that is millets. As one of our friends has mentioned that millets can stop biowar happening, and that's why we are going to consume more millets for we are going to produce and we are going to consume the same millets. So when we plant and when we eat, the happiness that we get cannot be described in words. A healthy and a strong country. So we are going to protect our country from pandemic, biowar, then terrorism, and we are going to
your last 2 minutes.
Okay, sir. And that's why we are increasing our immunity. In old age times, it is in 1910s and 1920s, nowadays we are having very strong food that could increase our immunity. If it increases our immunity, that's going to protect us even more. We are going to save nature. Nature is an abundant resource that we have got without we have asked for. So that's why we are going to save nature whatsoever. Improvised agricultural farm and an evergreen country, mostly containing of medicinal plants. So many trees, if we plant many trees, it could prevent us from soil erosion, and that's why we are planting many trees. And as the leader of our team has mentioned, only a small amount of area is provided for cutting down of trees, which would actually have sandalwood that could be used for various purposes. And last, an entertaining and a happy and a blossoming country. So in one of the slides of the policies, we must have mentioned that we are going to have an entertainment building. So that's specifically for all the street dramas and everything. So now let's get into the policies. So these unique features and resources will be explained once we complete saying our policies. So we have a written constitution.
We don't have time for all that. I'm already telling you it's almost about 24 minutes and 24 seconds. I'm passing the time. I'm asking a question to all the team members. You haven't covered the proof. The 5 factors of the proof policies, which I asked to Kalpita and Vishnupriya. They mentioned that they are going to cover it.
Sir, the policies that we have given are the evaluation of the reasons and the results if we have it, sir. So it all has, that's why we have mentioned like all the policies in 4 different slides.
So it's merged into the presentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Vishnupriya, Kalpita, Brinda, Mitra, Miradabashini, Guru Prasanna. How much time do you need? It's 24 minutes and 28 seconds already. So you have come up with the ceiling. The opposite team had 26 and 10. So how much time do you need?
Sir,
3 minutes, sir.
3 minutes, sir.
Okay, time minutes 24 minutes and 28. You have 27, 28. That's the ceiling time, and you're done after that.
Okay, sir.
3, 2, 1, go. Resume.
Okay, sir.
So, coming to the policies of the constitution, the first one is 1 acre for every citizen. So we have a lot of minerals and foods and even many types of seeds. So we are going to cultivate agriculture. Agriculture is a very big advantage for us, and we are going to provide at least 1 acre or 1 hectare per person or per family. So so that they could actually do agriculture and they could consume that. There won't be any confusions being caused in our country. Homeschooling, which is a very important thing. So as we are having a lot of books, we are going to build up a library, a common library at a particular place, and people could, the parents could approach the library. They could get some books that are necessary. So I would like to explain this I would like to elaborate this about homeschooling method. So in a research I read that there is actually a National Institute of Open Schooling. It was actually established in 1985, but as of now we are in 1920s. So it's all about people. National Institute of Open Schooling is from pre-KG till 12th standard. Their parents could educate their students from the syllabus. So this website, that is National Institute of Open Schooling, they provide the syllabus for, if it is grade 4, they will provide the syllabus for maths. If it is about division and subtraction, parents could actually refer to that and they could get the books for that CBSE or ICSE or the syllabus, anything, but or the curriculum. But it is 1920s where we won't be having these things. So we are having abundant resources of books from which they could get. We are also going to follow the method of Sunday schooling. Next, evergreen forests, as we have mentioned in our motto, an ancient form of defense. In ancient period, during Ashoka time, during Harshavardhana's king's time, we would be having very strong soldiers in front of the castle. So we are going to do that form of defense this time. We are going to train very strong soldiers, and they are going to stand at the outskirts of our country. And last but not final, tall buildings similar to skyscrapers now. Actually, tall buildings could give efficient professionalism, and it could also try to stop from natural disasters. So these are our policies, and now I would like to call upon our team to speak about the unique and the special features of our country, which is going to be the last slide, sir.
So now I would like to say about the unique features of our country. We have various unique features. In that we like to mention only few because we have time lapse. The first thing is our 45% of our forests are full of essential woods, and the nearby island, which is called as Free Creators Island, they seek help from us to provide them some woods because they are well versed in handicrafts, and we also buy some handicrafts from them. And the second unique feature is this is a country which is fully of creativity and freedom. With all the defense provided by our kingdom, we have a lot of people who are more creative and innovative and in various fields, and we also have right to freedom in everything. They can follow any caste, any religion, whatever they want. And the third one is it is one of the best country which doesn't discriminate between any people, between gender, between color or creed. It is one of the best country, and we have a good name among other countries for this. And the next one is people here are passionate about writing and publishing books. A lot of people, even me as a minister, have published a lot of books, and one of the main passion of the people who are living here is to write books. Continued by the next person.
Time up, Kalpita.
Okay,
we cannot continue, and my question is these things have not been covered.
Sir,
yeah, okay, sorry. This you had a separate slide for the proof points, right? All that?
Sir, no, sir.
I saw that somewhere. Okay. So I cannot give any more time because I did not give time for the opposite team. once they finished at 26 minutes.
While discussing itself, we mentioned about the pros, and that's how we gave the solutions, sir. So we did not, because I didn't have much time, sir. It was 4 o'clock when I started preparing the PPT, so that's when the discussion got over, sir, about everyone's idea. So I had to complete it very fast. So what we thought was, even Miradabashini ideas, in the recording itself, she must have mentioned that it is about with the conditions, sir, in our meeting rooms recordings.
I know. Okay, so in any case, that was a wonderful presentation by team Vishnupriya. Good job, people.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Well done,
Well
friends.
done, team Vishnupriya.
Very well done.
Thank you, Nat. Thank you, friends.
Thank you.
Fine. Very calm, composed kind of presentation. I really appreciate Mitra for preparing the PPT in such a short period of time, and I appreciate all the other members exclusively. Every single person has paid enough justice. On that note, I will have to appreciate Aswatthama's team as well. They also did the same. They also had a PPT. In fact, very vast amount of details had been given by Dakshin Siddharth. Towards the end, he went into the smart extent of carrying the testimonials. Those creative ideas were really good. We'll speak about all that. Now, we have one pending thing. Ritan Nitish and Sivi Adityan, they are falling completely backwards, and if we are not doing something about it, this team Aswathaman will be in a very, very big trouble in the round number 1. So, Ritan Nitish and Aswathaman, the feedback for your team will be given a little bit later. Okay. Ritan, are you ready? You are the first person who is going to face the question. 5 questions each, very quick.
Yes, sir.
What did your team plan for being recession proof? அதாவது பணம் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட விஷயங்கள் ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கிறதுக்கு, அப்படி ஏதாவது ஒரு பிரச்சனை வராம இருக்கிறதுக்கு Dakshin Siddharth made a kind of presentation. So, being a teammate, what's your remembrance on that?
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
Did anybody else had that problem of my voice breaking?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
நீ எங்க இருக்க? கிணத்துக்குள்ள
Sir, I will change the network connection, sir. 1 minute, sir.
Sivi.
Sir.
நீ கொடுத்த ஐடியாஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லு. During the team discussion, what were all the ideas that you had given in this particular task?
Okay, sir. Sir, I said one first idea, sir. We can in the old the people were in the fight. The police were come and compromise them and go. And next second idea, sir. The peoples were come and sir, கலாய்க்கிறதுக்கு சார் அந்த எல்லாம் இப்படி இருக்கா அப்படி சொல்றதுன்னு சார்.
Teasing
the world peoples are going. Then the police come and asking, you and all are not going work. They were not having lunch and food. No money. You are not having money. How dare you? You can teach them. That's like he said, then go. Then the police give food for them and give money for them.
Hey, அவனுக்கு போலீஸா இல்ல அன்னை தெரசா கம்யூனிட்டில இருந்து வந்தவங்களாடா? டேய் தக்ஷன், உன்னியனே இதெல்லாம் சொன்னானடா டீம் டிஸ்கஷன்ல?
சார் இன்னும் நிறைய சொன்னா சார். 2 தான் சார் சொல்லிருக்கான். ஹிஸ்டரி பத்திலாம் நிறைய சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தா சார். எல்லாமே ஆட் பண்ணோம் சார்.
டேய் ஒன்னு சிங்கம் சூர்யா படத்துல இருந்து வந்ததுடா. போலீஸ் வந்துட்டு 2 பேரை சமாதானப்படுத்துறது. இன்னொன்னு ஏதோ ஒரு படத்துல இருந்து பார்த்து எடுத்துருக்கான். இவனை விட்டன்னா இது அப்படியே வந்து பயோஸ்கோப் ரீலா மாத்திடுவான் இந்த செஷனை. ஏய் சரி, இன்னும் ஒண்ணு சொல்லு. மறுபடியும் வந்து போலீஸ் வந்துட்டு how dare you, how fair you இருந்தான்னு சொன்னா அடிதான் வாங்குவ நீ. Come on, third. Third one.
Sir, we helped for other countries. The country were helping us for any problems come for us. Okay, sir. I will say.
Sibyadityan gathers points. Good job. Good try.
Super Sibi. Since rendu moonu kudutha sir.
Thank you, sir.
Super Sibi.
Thank you, sir.
Super Sibi.
Thank you, Ka. Thank you, Ka.
If he is not attending these kind of sessions, something of this sort, Sibyadityan as a kid, something of this sort, idu avan pandrathu அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு இன்னும் ஒரு 7-8 வருஷம் ஆகும். With putting him only in a school and asking him to give these ideas. இந்த மாதிரி அவன் பேச ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுக்கு ஒருவேளை இந்த செஷனுக்கு வரலன்னா அவனுக்கு இன்னும் ஒரு 4 or 5 years ஆகும். But right now the brain is being mechanized and it is being put into fast forward. We are fast forwarding. Brain வந்து fast forward பண்றோம். Just imagine when he comes to Mitra's age or Ritan's age or Guru Prasanna's age in the 9th standard, he will be huge. இப்போ நீங்க 9th standardல இவங்க மூணு பேர் இருக்கிறத விட அவன் 9th standardல ஹியூஜா இருப்பான். That's my plan. Okay. So இதுல நான் ஏன் உங்க எல்லாத்துக்கும் சொல்றேன்னா அவன் இந்த மாதிரி டீம் டிஸ்கஷன்ல ஐடியாஸ் கொடுக்கும்போது today he was in Dakshin Ashwathaman's team. Tomorrow he might be in Vishnupriya Kalpita Mitra's team or in any other team. Never ever restrict whatever he is coming up with imagination. Our imaginationக்கு தடைய போடாதீங்க. அவன் என்ன சொல்றானோ அதை சொல்லட்டும். So when the mind is human evolutionல ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு சுதந்திரம் ஒரு ஹியூமன் பீயிங்க்கு தான் மைண்ட்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய விஷயங்களை வந்துட்டு அப்படியே அந்த ஃபேண்டசி வேர்ல்ட்ல சொல்றதுக்கான ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ். அது இந்தியன் எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம்ல கிடையாது. அதை வந்து நம்ம இங்க செஷன்ல கொண்டு வரோம். ஸோ அப்படி பண்ணும்போது செல்ஃப் எஸ்டீம், செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ், செல்ஃப் வேர்த் எல்லாமே ஒரு பாய்க்கு இல்லை ஒரு கேர்ளுக்கு இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகும். அதனால although it is funny, sometimes when it is inappropriate, I myself will warn. But when it is appropriated and when he is given the space to manifest all these kinds of imagination, it's good for his common sense building. அதனால டீம் டிஸ்கஷன்ல இதை என்கரேஜ் பண்ணுங்க. ரொம்ப போச்சுன்னா, ரொம்ப தப்பா போச்சுன்னா, இல்லை ரொம்ப கவம்பாட்டுக்கு அடிச்சு ஓடிட்டு இருந்தாங்கன்னா அப்ப நிறுத்துங்க. No when to stop. But 9 out of 10 times try to allow all these kinds of wild imaginations he is coming up with. That's the way you grow his conscious mind.
Yes.
Got it, Dakshin?
Yes, sir. That's why, sir, we gave a separate time to him to give out all his ideas.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just imagine Sanjay Bhaskar, a 2002 or 2003 born, and Sibyadityan, a 2012 born, both in the same team.
Yes.
Okay, right? இதுல அவஸ்தை யாருக்குன்னா சஞ்சய் பாஸ்கருக்கு தான் அவஸ்தை. Right? Dakshin Siddharth, who was born in 2005 and Sibi born in 2012. இதுல அவஸ்தை யாருன்னா தக்ஷின் சித்தார்த் தான் அவஸ்தை. பட் இவனுக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா அது கொண்டாட்டம். சஞ்சய் அண்ணா நான் பேசுறது கேட்டு அமைதியா இருந்தாங்க, தக்ஷின் அண்ணா நான் பேசுறது கேட்டு அமைதியா இருந்தாங்க. யாரு நினைச்சேன் இந்த ஃபீலிங் அவனுக்கு முக்கியம். அன்லஸ் அது வெளியில சொல்லிட்டு போஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இது பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தா நான் அவனை வாட்ச் போடுவேன். பட் அவனுக்குள்ள அந்த ஃபீலிங், அந்த சந்தோஷம், அந்த பரவாயில்ல கல்பிதாக்கா, விஷ்ணுபிரியாக்கா, மிருதுக்கா, மித்ராக்கா, பிருந்தாக்கெல்லாம் இருக்கிற இடத்துல நானும் பேசிட்டேன்டா அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ஃபீலிங் தான் compressing the decades into days அப்படின்னு சொல்றது. Good job, Sibi.
Super, Sibi, super.
Very well done, Sibi.
Super Sibi.
Thank you, God. Thank you, Now. Thank you, sir.
Very well done, Sibi. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Now.
Ritan Nitish DB, one last chance for you.
Sir, Ritan is left, sir. Join, sir.
Come on, Ritan. Please, da.
Sir, are you able to hear me, sir?
Hey, நீ பேசுறது பக்கத்து வீட்டுக்காரருக்கு கேட்டுத்தாண்டா இருக்கு. உனக்கு தாண்டா நான் பேசுறது கேட்கல. Are you ready or not?
Sir, yes, sir.
So Ritan, your question is, after this we are done. But Sibi has got the score that he deserves. I am willing that you should also be getting the score. Well, Dakshin Siddharth and Aswathaman and of course Sanjay Bhaskar, during the course of their presentation, they mentioned how this ancient language and linguistic system, மொழி சம்பந்தப்பட்ட விஷயங்கள் அவங்க 3 ஸ்லைட்ல எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணாங்க. Your presentation contained details and information about language alone in 3 distinctive slides. So, and the content நீ மறுபடியும் இங்க repeat பண்ணு. Come on.
Sir, one was the historical page, sir. So, in which I made a line that the olden heights, sir. So, in that, Sanjay Anna told that about the rarest language, sir, Tamil and Sanskrit, sir. And I remember this one, sir.
Okay, Sivi and Ritan Nitish's minuses have been revoked and they get some points.
Thank you so much, sir. Super Ritan, super Sibi.
Well done,
Thank
Ritan.
you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Very well done, Ritan.
Well done, Siddhi.
Well done, Ritan.
Thank you, Ka.
Shall we get to the score sheet?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Are you able to see the score sheet now? Here, spreadsheet.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. All right, boys and girls. So this is Team Vishnupriya and this is Team Asathaman Space. And each member is going to be evaluated in these features. How the person has fared well in teamwork, how the person has given his or her combination and contribution in terms of explaining about the resources in this round number 1. How much was the total participation? This is where Sibi Adityan and Ritan Nitish were about to get minus, but fortunately they did well and they have revoked. Learning inquisitiveness, to me this is very, very important. How much learning that you have shown in the presentation. Presentation பண்ணும்போதே இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டில இருந்து நீங்க என்ன லேர்ன் பண்ணீங்கங்கறதோட பிரதிபலிப்பு. English சொல்லணும்னா the kind of reflection that you are showing at the course of your presentation as to what you have actually learned out of this entire process. And communication, the way you speak in English, and the vocabulary that you used, and the kind of dialect that you used. And then the bonus, that could be on a random basis, then a total and penalty if there is any, and final total. So, gather a grand total, that is the grand total of all the team players here. And here we will have one particular feature, that is 6th person for Team Aswathaman, a compensatory factor. And the 6th person, அவங்கிட்ட 6th person இல்லாதனால ஒரு average mark இங்கே கொடுக்கப்படும். Team Aswathaman, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go for Team Aswathaman very quickly. So Team Aswathaman, let's start with the leader. The maximum point for one particular feature is 20. Okay? 20, yeah. 10 அப்படினா அது கரெக்ட்டா வராது. 20, this is not for 100 or something. Okay? Not for 100. 100ங்கற ceiling நான் எப்பவுமே எடுக்க மாட்டேன். Sky is a starting point for me. It's not as limit. So Aswathaman is a leader. He was the first person. In teamwork, we shall give him about 16. And in resource allocation, we shall give him the explanation in which he made a resource utilization. Adapati avanuடைய presentation அப்படின்னு வரும்போது, that depends upon the team designing. So he did well, 17. Participation, well, he spoke only once and tried to speak second time, and there were 2 times that he spoke, so 30. Learning inquisitiveness, yeah, there was an inquisitiveness for which he was also warned. ரொம்ப learning inquisitiveness இருந்ததுனால தக்ஷின் சித்தார்த்த காலையில இருந்து அவன் தொலை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கான். But having said that, that's something that they can earn minus upon, but அது warning கொடுத்துட்டதுனால let us not speak about that here. But when he was making a presentation, there was a thirst and hunger that ஒரு லீடரா நம்ம இங்க நல்லா பண்ணணுங்கிற அந்த பயபக்தி அவங்ககிட்ட இருந்துச்சு. So that will fetch him about 15 marks. And then இப்போ work out. So learning English is 50. Communication, he has to improve upon it. Most of the times his words are jumbling and he's making some errors, so I'll give 12. And bonus, well, as a leader, he has been showing good tendency, and when Ritan and Sibi were not speaking, there was an emotional control. He was only requesting them to do well. Anna, please, Ritan, please do something. Sibi, please do something. So that down-to-earth and humble behavior, that earns him 3. No penalty thus far. 76 by Aswathaman. Good job, Aswathaman.
Thank you, sir.
Sanjay.
Well done, Aswathaman.
Fulla முடியட்டும். Hold your horses. ஏன்னா நீங்க well done அப்படிங்கறத சொல்லி முடிக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு 27 நிமிஷம் பண்றீங்க. கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. ஃபுல்லா எல்லாம் முடியட்டும். நான் well done அப்படின்னு ஒரு பர்சன் சொல்லணும், அவங்க மட்டும் தேங்க் பண்ணட்டும். அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க உங்களோடதெல்லாம் சொல்லணும். Sanjay's teamwork. Basically speaking, I promised a particular bonus for this team. That bonus was involving Sanjay. So, one second. That was involving Sanjay. So, as far as Sanjay is concerned, that involvement bonus of 5 is given to him. So, that's how it is. So, teamwork. Well, Sanjay was able to get involved, and we shall give him about 14 marks for teamwork. And resource utilization, Sanjay was a person who was not speaking in the beginning, but today, although he was absent yesterday, he joined in the team discussion. He tried to adapt things, and then he was about to make a presentation, and he spoke about twice or thrice, and in that he was able to do well. So, by appreciating and encouraging him for speaking more, I'd like to give 16 marks for Sanjay. Participation, no doubt about it. Dakshin Siddharth, Aswathaman have been fixing Sanjay in a certain portfolio, and he was fixing into that. அதனால less participation mark அவனுக்கு கண்டிப்பா கொடுக்க முடியாது. So we shall give about 15 marks. Participation, learning inquisitiveness, about 13 marks we shall give. And communication, Sanjay has improved and he should speak a little bit longer. That's where I'm expecting. So, but still he has got some good choice of words. I observed when he was speaking in English, when he was questioning the other individuals, avanga choice of words nallave irukku. So I can encourage that by giving 15 marks. So Sanjay with a bonus 78. Good job, Sanjay. Yeah. Right. Dakshin Siddharth is the next person. Now, your names on the leadership and seniority prakaram potiruken. So, although Aswathaman is a kid, he's on the top because he's a leader. Vishnupriya, although she is younger to Miradabashini, she is on the top because she is a leader. Dakshin Siddharth, teamwork. Well, he was trying to involve. அவன்கிட்ட எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச ஒரு விஷயம், ஒருத்தர் பேசல அப்படின்னா, டே சிபி, ஓ மை காட், வாட் ஆர் யூ டூயிங், இந்த டிராமாலாம் இருக்காது தக்ஷன் கிட்ட. ஓகே, சிபி இல்லைனோட ரித்தன், ஓகே ரித்தனும் இல்லைனோட ஃபைன், சஞ்சய் நீங்க பேசுங்க, ஓகே ரைட். ஸோ அந்த ஒரு கூல் டெம்பரமெண்ட் அது டீமுக்கு ரொம்ப அவசியம். அது டீம் மேட்ஸை வந்து கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக வச்சிருக்கும். ஓகே, இங்க இருக்கிற நிறைய பழைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட அந்த கெட்ட பழக்கம் இருந்துச்சு. என்ன அப்படின்னா, பழைய அடிச்சுக்குவானுங்க, அப்படிம்பானுங்க, பல்லக்கடிப்பானுங்க, அதெல்லாம் பண்ணுவானுங்க. ஸோ அவங்களுக்கு மத்தியில் so there is a cool temperament. For that, on that standpoint, we can give 17 marks for for Dakshin Siddharth. And resource utilization, well, the creative idea of involving the pictures, the testimonial pictures by Narendra Modi, Musk, and other ambassadors of the country, and involving the logo into the tourist spots, and making and flaunting that it is their country's resources, and bringing up the names on a proper basis, and the presentation making la vandu irundha and ஒரு strict vividness, அது எல்லாத்துக்கும் we shall give about 18 marks. And participation, well, he was running the show, so participation a low mark கொடுத்தோம்னா it will be very, very unfair. He was the person who was giving all the beginning to end presentation, which I was actually expecting from Aswathaman, but he மறுபடியும் தக்ஷன் தான் பண்ணா, maybe. So I can involve penalty for that, but still he did a great job, and his commitment and involvement, லீடரை இன்வால்வ் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற அந்த ஒரு பாயிண்ட்டுக்காக ஐ கேனாட் ஸ்டாப் தக்ஷின் சித்தார்த்ஸ் இண்டிவிஜுவல் லேர்னிங். அவனுடைய லேர்னிங் இங்கே நான் ஸ்டாப் பண்ண முடியாது. ஸோ அவன் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிட்டான். Again, I would like to get the example of a gym. Gymல equipments எல்லாத்துக்கும் தான் இருக்கும். அதுல இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு பேஷனேட் பாடி பில்டருக்கு தான் கொடுக்குற 500 ரூபாய் ஃபீஸுக்கு எதெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கறத தெரிஞ்சு ஃபுல்லா அந்த 1 மணி நேரத்துல யூட்டிலைஸ் பண்ணி பாடியை பம்ப் பண்ணிட்டு 500 ரூபாய்க்கு இல்ல 5000 ரூபாய்க்கு நான் நீங்க அடிச்சேன் அப்படின்ட்டு நான் அப்படிதான் ஜிம்ல இருந்து வெளியில வருவேன். So Vivekananda சொன்ன மாதிரி world is a gymnasium and we have all come here to develop ourselves in the மாதிரி. He tries to make use of the session at every look and corner. அது அவருடைய சாமர்த்தியம். So and that participation we shall give about 17 points. Learning inquisitiveness, there was good learning and ஒரு country எப்படி கிரியேட் பண்றது அப்படின்றது இது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு பாயிண்ட். அவங்க லாங்குவேஜ்ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. எனக்கு அது ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது. So they started speaking about the country on the linguistics parameter, which is a very important feature for a country. எனக்கு ஸ்டாலினுடைய அப்பா கருணாநிதி ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னு சொல்லி கேட்டா, not as a chief minister, not as a senior most politician that ruled Tamil Nadu for several years, but as a linguistic passionate man. He was the one. முத இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு செல்போன் அப்படிங்கறதுடைய கேட்டலாக்ல தமிழ் லாங்குவேஜ் நான் பார்த்தேன். தெரியுமா? தமிழ்லயும் இருக்கு இப்போ கேட்டலாக்ல. டெக்னாலஜிக்கல் டிவைசஸ்ல தமிழ்லயும் இப்போ இருக்கு. So previously it would be in Korean language, Japanese language, English language, French, Spanish, Italian, Marathi, Hindi, தமிழ்ல இருந்ததே இல்லை. ஸோ அந்த லிங்குவிஸ்டிக்ஸுக்கு செம்மொழி மாநாடு நடத்தி அவர் தான் பெரிய லெவலில் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு இப்போ தமிழில் பேசினதான் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு கெத்துங்கிறது அந்த 2013 தான் வந்திருக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு. ஸோ அதனால லாங்குவேஜ் இஸ் அ வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஃபேக்டர் அண்ட் தீஸ் பீப்புள் ஸ்டார்டட் வித் த லாங்குவேஜ் அண்ட் தட்ஸ் வேர் த லேர்னிங் இன்க்விசிட்டிவ்னஸ் வேர் ஆப்வியஸ் அண்ட் தே வர் வெரி டெடிகேட்டட். அண்ட் ரெசிஷன் ப்ரூஃப், அந்த ப்ரூஃபுக்குன்னு தனியாக ஒரு ஸ்லைடு போட்டிருந்தாங்க, எனக்கு அது ரொம்ப பிடிச்சது. ஸோ தட் வாஸ் வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். அதில் வந்து pandemic proof Dakshin Siddharth add in the slide was very impressive and I really appreciate. So that's a good job. So for that I would like to give him 16, and communication as always is good in communication 17, and a bonus for slide preparation for him 3 marks. 88 for Dakshin Siddharth. Nice.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Very well done, Anna.
Thank you, Ritan Nitish has been good in terms of the meeting. Meeting lala olunga presence kuduthirukka, so I shall give him about 16 marks. And then resource utilization, he has been answering the question and the question ku answer madam panna muduje, so I can give you only 10 marks. And participation, well, I can give only 12 marks because he was stuck up with the network issues. Learning inquisitiveness, sir enala question ku answer panna mudiyadhu sir, na perusa avanu prepare aagalam sollirukalam, but he did a good job, so 14 marks. Communication about 12, and bonus I cannot give any bonus, but if he is not fixing the technical issue then it is going to be laying heavy taxing for the team. So 64. Good job, Ritan.
So this will be the last time, sir. From tomorrow, sir, I'll be changing the network, sir.
In the attitude, I give bonus of 6 points. Nice.
Thank you, sir.
அப்படி இருக்கணும் சார், இனி இது நடக்காது பாருங்க சார் அப்படின்னு. அதான் that's the grit I want in youngsters. Okay, Sivi Adityan, tiny little kid, cheesecake version of a baby, and teamwork. He was trying to really do good. I mean, Dakshin Siddharth also mentioned he's coming up with a lot of ideas, so I shall give him about 16 marks for the teamwork. Resource utilization, well, Ritan kudutha adhe point da, resource patti perusa pesala, vaayave thirakala. Participation, well, he answered the question and also supported by the teammates, so we can give about 13 marks. Learning inquisitiveness, தலைவருக்கு என்ன நடந்ததுங்கிறத கேட்டிங்க அப்படின்னம்னா அடிச்சு விடுவான், ஆனா என்னங்கிறது தெரியாது, தெரியலனாலும் அடிச்சு விடுவான். ஸோ லேர்னிங் இன்க்விசிட்டிவ்னஸ்ல பெருசா ரீச் இல்லை, ஸோ ஐ கேன் கிவ் ஹிம் அபவுட் 13 marks for learning inquisitiveness. Communication, as a tiny little kid of 5th grade, he was able to scale up in communication. கொஞ்சம் இப்போ தைரியமா இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசுறான். என்ன என்கிட்ட வந்துட்டு தமிழ் வார்த்தைக்கு அந்த இங்கிலீஷ் வார்த்தையை கேட்கறதுக்கு பதிலாக கொஞ்சம் படிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சானா இன்னும் vocabulary பில்ட் ஆகும். அதை நான் சொல்லிட்டே இருக்கேன். He should be doing it. But however, encouraging the kid, I would like to give about 14 marks, and a bonus for team involvement, 3 marks, 69. Good job, Sivi Adityan.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So 381 இதுவரைக்கும் எடுத்திருக்காங்க. We will come back to the 6th person advantage. இங்க 6th person என்ன வாங்கியிருக்காங்களோ அதனுடைய ஆவரேஜ்.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Sibi.
Sir, I cannot see, sir. Can I leave and join, sir?
Yeah, sure. Vishnupriya has been the first person Mitra was the first person to give the introduction as a news reporter, but after that Vishnupriya started. So for teamwork, we shall give about 17 marks for Vishnupriya. Resource utilization, she was doing well and very dedicated, and அவருடைய வாய்ஸ்ல வந்துட்டு நம்மளால தப்பு வந்துடக்கூடாது அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு விதமான ஒரு டெடிகேஷன் இருந்துச்சு. So and also she has been very keen in making the presentation. So I would like to give about 15 marks for that. Participation was good. She was watching who is participating, who is not, and all that. So we can give again 15 points. Learning inquisitiveness was good. Wanted to be a responsible leader, and she tried to show good passion during the presentation also. And also when she was mutually expecting the other people to do certain things, both in the team discussion and also in the presentation, the learning inquisitiveness was seen. So we can give 16 marks for that. Communication, well, there is no too much of flaws in her communication, but there is always a scope for improvement. So we shall give about 16 points. Bonus points for being a very simple yet a principle-oriented leader. I can give 4 points for that. Good job, Vishnupriya.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. So, let's come to Miradabashini's team. Miradabashini's performance. Miradabashini has been good. She has been explaining things pretty vividly, and energy has to be even more in her explanation. So, but still, Miradabashini spoke well, and she spoke about the level of entertainment and education system that should be that is actually used in their own country. VidyaJaji, right?
Yes.
So VidyaJaji, and that was good. So her performance. Teamwork was 17. Resource utilization, yes, as I mentioned, she covered up most of the resource utilization points. Participation was good. In teamwork, she was really participating well, and in explanation also. It was a long presentation for her, and she handled that really well. 16. Learning inquisitiveness was seen, and that was visible too. 16. And communication, about 16. A bonus of 2 marks can be given, and I really appreciate Miradabashini for her better performance here. Good job, Miradabashini.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, there was a good teamwork from Brinda, and resource utilization. When Brinda was explaining, she was not looking into the slide and she was reading, she was speaking. இது ரொம்ப முக்கியம், பேசுறது முக்கியம். So Miradabashini, Vishnupriya கொஞ்சம் படிச்சாங்க, அது எனக்கு நான் அப்சர்வ் பண்ணேன். But Brinda was taking up and she was relating and speaking. So and also she explained, 3 பேர் அதை விவிடா பண்ணாங்க, like taking the words and speaking, taking the words and speaking. That's called as delivery. அதை வந்து Brinda, Kalpita, Mitra 3 பேர் அதை பண்ணாங்க. So resource utilization was also, resource utilization மாதிரி ராவான இதில் அதை எடுத்து பேசுறதுங்கிறது கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம். So Brinda did that, so we can give about 17 marks for that. And the participation, she did really well. We can give 16. And learning inquisitiveness, learn பண்ணாம அதை பேச முடியாது, அப்படி எடுத்து பேச முடியாது. So we can give 16. And communication, I shall give her about 16. And a bonus for reading, அப்படிங்கிறது எல்லாமே relating and speaking and covering up of the subject that was given to her. 4 marks bonus for that. 86. Good job, Brinda.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mitra.
Kalpita Sri was the next person, and she was also good in teamwork, and she gave a lot of idea during the team discussion observantly. And resource utilization, she was wary of the policy, she was wary of the kind of features of the country, But unfortunately, the time was very less for their team, but still, she did so well. So resource utilization, we can give about 17 for Kalpita also. Participation was good, was very committed. அதிகம் பேசல அப்படின்னாலும் கமிட்மெண்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது கல்பித்தை கிட்ட நிறைய இருக்கும். இங்கே டைரக்ட் கிளாஸ் நான் அப்சர்வ் பண்ணது. And that is no different in the online format as well. So we can give participation for about 17. Learning inquisitiveness, yes, there was good learning. டீம்ல எல்லாருமே பேலன்ஸ்டா இல்ல பண்ணனால தான் எல்லாத்துக்கும் கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரே மாதிரி மார்க் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. 16. Communication was good. Her vocabulary has seen slight improvement these days. That's because of writing things in the idea pad and reading the books. So I can give about 17 marks for her vocabulary and 3 marks for her involvement in this particular process. 87. Good job, Kalpita.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr.
Guru Prasanna, the first ever team performance by Guru Prasanna, very dedicated, and he expressed his volunteerism that he will be remaining in this particular team yesterday, and he was not under any pressure. Decision எடுக்கிறது ரொம்ப குயிக்கா இருக்கிறாப்டி. So, and also in the teamwork, he was trying to give as much contribution as possible. So I can give him 16. He could have spoken even more. Resource utilization, yes, he was able to speak about only one slide. And இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் அதிகம் பேசியிருந்தா resource utilization there would have been point. So 15 marks for resource utilization. And team participation, I shall give about 15. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் detailed பேசலாம். Learning inquisitiveness, he was taking it very, very seriously, and he understands although a new person, he understands the importance of this kind of an exercise. So we can give 16. His communication is good, so I can give him 16. Yesterday the presentation also, it was visible. So being a newcomer, he balanced himself really well, and for that note, I give 6 points bonus for Guru Prasanna. 84. Good job, Guru Prasanna. Nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mitra.
Yeah. Last but by no means the least, Mitra, teamwork. She had been good, and she has been taking a lot of efforts for preparing the presentation as well. So 17 marks. And resource utilization, she was explaining, she was very animated when she was speaking as a news reporter, and towards the presentation, when the other people were presenting, phone she was very active. She didn't want her teammates to go on a wrong basis. So resource utilization and the commitment, 18. Participation, again, we shall give about 17 marks. Learning inquisitiveness, so we shall give 16 marks. That's the maximum ceiling I am giving for everybody. And communication, she was very much improved again, so 17 marks can be given, and a bonus of 5 points can be given for her involvement and for the vice captain Mari Vishnu Bhai at a team discussion approval கேட்டு பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். So for that attitude, I give 5 marks.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. So, as far as team Aswathaman is concerned, reactions to that?
Yes, sir.
An abrasive, acceptable, cumulative percentage of mark that can be given to your invisible 60%. You tell me.
Sir, I think around 70, sir. Yes, sir, because that's almost the average of whatever we have been doing.
Right, correct. So, team Vishnupriya in MS evening session 7/13th session concurrent countries first round team Vishnupriya has earned 511. Good job.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Very well done, team.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwata.
Thank you, Ashwathaman.
So bonus has been very much similar for both the team, about 20 marks for both the teams, 22 for team Vishnupriya and 20 for எல்லாத்துக்குமே நான் bonus கொடுத்தேன். So அப்படி இருக்கும்போது 6th person would have also got a bonus, so 73. So we'll make it as 73 here. So in that case 554. 454 and 511. Okay, that's it for today. Second round. Adha pathi sollittu we will complete. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Vishnupriya.
sir, I have to leave now, sir.
Yeah.
Tuition, sir.
2 minutes. Adukapra kalam.
Okay, sir.
There is going to be a game between two countries. And this is the second and final round of Monday. I am going to have a new activity. என்ன கேம்னு நான் முடிவு பண்ணுங்க. அந்த கேமை எப்படி அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேட் பண்றதுங்கறத நான் முடிவு பண்றேன். Better yet, கேமை பத்தி ஒரு பிளான் அதை எப்படி எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணலாம். Remember, we have played a full suit soccer game in the cross exchange. In the Rumble in the Jungle activity. Yes, Dakshin, what is it?
It's a game in the sense sporting activities, sir, or like the normal gaming activities which we have.
You have spoken about the language lirundhu eppadi unga country vandu recession proof la irukum, eppadi financials ingradha varaiku ellathiyum pesittinga. Ipo onne one mattum pannala, rendu country VidyaJaji ku unga country per enna?
Sinharashtra, sir.
Simharashtra and VidyaJaji idu renduku naduvula oru sports contest adoda mudiyum.
அது எதுவா வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம்.
Okay, sir.
அது நீங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் பேசி முடிவு பண்ணு. At one point of time கேப்டன் விஷ்ணுபிரியா, கேப்டன் அஸ்வத்தாமன் டீம் கிட்ட இருந்து டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டு கடைசியில நீங்க எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து ஒரு கன்சென்சஸ் முடிவு பண்ணணும்.
ஒரு ரெண்டு டீமும் சேர்ந்து ஒரு பர்టిక్యులர்
ஆமா பின்ன அப்புறம் எப்படி டீம் VidyaJaji வந்துட்டு இங்க ஒரு கிரவுண்ட்ல அவனுக்கு மட்டும் விளையாண்டு இருப்பானே, இவனுக்கு வந்துட்டு ஒரு பக்கம் விளையாண்டு இருப்பானுங்க. என்ன கேம்னு கன்சென்சஸ்ல முடிவு பண்ணுங்க. கேமை நான் கண்டக்ட் பண்றேன்.
Okay, sir.
So have a discussion and let me know.
Okay,
Now,
sir.
sir.
Now,
Not
sir.
now.
Okay, sir.
Not now. Naளைக்கு Saturday 10:30 or 10:40 the link will be sent. Vishnupriya mentioned that she will be joining by 10:40, right?
10:45, sir.
Good. That's not going to be a too delay. 10:40 க்கு நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். நீ ஒரு 5 நிமிஷம் ஜாயின் பண்ணு. நாளைக்கு உங்க ஸ்கூல்ல என்னமோ இருக்குன்னு சொன்னீங்க. அது என்னது?
Speaking assessment, sir. Internal assessment, sir.
அந்த இன்டர்னல் அசஸ்மெண்ட்ல நீ பேசுற பேச்சுல அங்க இருக்கிற ஆளு எல்லாரும் ஸ்டன் ஆகும். புரியுதா?
Yes, sir.
அப்ப கிளாஸ்க்கு வர மாட்டாங்க.
இங்க இருக்கிற ட்ரைனிங்ல நீ எடுக்கிறத அங்க காமிக்கணும். Whatever you have learned here, that should be manifested. அடிக்கிற அடியில இந்த ட்ரைனிங்கை பத்தி தெரிஞ்சு, ட்ரைனரை பத்தி தெரிஞ்சு, சோழர் பரம்பரையில ஒரு ஜோதிநகர் தாதா அப்படின்னு அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும்.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Right. Okay. நாளைக்கு ஒரு கிளாஸுக்கு லேட்டா வரும். முடிச்சுட்டு லேட்டா வரும்.
அப்ப எனக்கு பெனால்டில எது கிடைக்காது சார்.
பெனல்ட்டிலாம் ஒண்ணும் இல்ல. நான் தானே பர்மிஷனே கொடுக்குறேன்.
நீங்க டக்குனு நீங்க தான் தாதான்னு சொன்னீங்க சார். டக்குனு நீங்க
தெரியல. நான் இப்ப அப்படி சொல்றேன். நாளைக்கு நான் என்ன மைண்ட்ல இருக்கேன். Right. Okay, so we are done and have a good discussion and then let me know.
Okay, sir.
Until then, there will be an idea pad checking if time permits. Otherwise, idea pad checking will be on Monday. Right? Okay. Fine. Sanjay Bhaskar and Guru Prasanna ரெண்டு பேரும் சேர்ந்து மறுபடியும் மண்டே ஒரு பிரசன்டேஷன் பண்ண வேண்டியது வரும். அத பத்தி நான் நாளைக்கு சொல்றேன்.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So, fine. So in such case, Mitra, Brinda, Aswathaman, Dakshin Siddharth, Guru Prasanna, Kalpita, Sibyadithan, Miradabashini, Ritan Nitesh, Sanjay Bhaskar, and Vishnupriya. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Keep shining. News Talk. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.